Hi, everybody. Kathy Tooley, CEO, Tools for Success. Thank you so much for joining us. Today, I'm going to open two curtains, curtain 14 and curtain 15. Having the unpleasant conversation about talking about bad teachers. Curtain 14 is how we measure bad teachers. The tough part about measuring bad teachers is unless we have a rubric or something that defines bad, it's like measuring pretty. How do you measure pretty? How do you measure good? How do you measure bad? So it's difficult to measure what bad teachers are. But what I really want to spend a little bit more time with is curtain 15, which says even bad teachers are members of our communities. This is coming from my book, The Education System is Broken, Strategies for Rebuilding Hope, Lives, and Futures. So here's what gets tough about, and I'm going to use the word bad teachers as a definition until we have a more clear one. But bad teachers are members of our community. So I want you to think as a parent. Put your parent cap on. And if you've never been a parent, relate to it in an analogy of knowing just a person. Teachers have amazing relationships with the students and the families that they interact with. I want you to think about if you were ever in a sport, or you were in the fine arts, or you did things extracurricularly with your school. As a parent, you had no clue what kind of teacher that coach, fine art director, extracurricular activity was. You had no idea if they really knew how to teach. You have no idea if they really were using the best classroom strategies, because that's not your interaction with them. You know them as a coach, as someone who has been influential to your son or daughter's life. Teachers, even bad ones, are members of the community. They go to your churches. They serve on your boards. They're on the Little League, board. So you know them as someone that taught at a school, but you really know them as your son or daughter's Little League coach. You know that choir director at your church whom you love, yeah, you know she's a teacher, but you know her as an amazing choir director that you guys have kind of become personal friends at church. So you know that person as who they are, not as in what they do. Okay, I want you to think about that for just a minute. And that's where it gets really tough in schools. Because as I sit as the principal, I'm evaluating that teacher for what he or she does, how they teach, how they are engaging kids, all of the mechanics that the rubric tells me now I need to evaluate that teacher under. So when I make a decision that that teacher is not achieving well under that rubric, you as an outsider looking at it think, but how can you fire my choir director? But I'm not firing your choir director. I'm letting go a teacher who is ineffective at their job. Has nothing to do with the fact that they're your choir director. They might be the best choir director that your church has ever seen. Or I'm removing that teacher who is ineffective at his or her job. I'm not removing your Little League son's coach. But the water gets very, very muddy. Very muddy. And so what society sees, what the outliers see is that mean old principal is attacking my coach, my choir director, my best friend, my Bible study partner, my friend's mother, my daughter's best friend's mom. But what I'm evaluating as a principal is what happens in that classroom that you are not at all aware of. So it's interesting to me, and I know you've seen these on the news or there's YouTube videos out there where school board meetings are held and parent after parent after parent after parent is coming up speaking in defense of why that teacher should not be being fired. Now, I'm not talking about a teacher who's done anything illegal, immoral, unethical. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a teacher whose evaluation is no longer satisfactory to allow them to remain in the position. And people come line after line to stand at that school board member and tell story after story after story about what a good person that teacher is. So ready? Here's the curtain I want to expose to you. I am not hiring that person that you know. You don't know what I know. You don't see what I see. You aren't looking at the data I'm looking at. You aren't watching the students not achieve that I see. Nor should you. It's none of your business. And I can't tell you the truth because it's a personnel issue that I can't talk to you about. So you get to sit over here and make a judgment about what an administrator is doing in the longevity or contract of a teacher when you can't even see behind the curtain that they're judging. You're over here looking at this side of the person and having no relevance to what's happening in the truth. And the truth is that as an educator, while I think it's great that they're involved in their community and that they're good people and that you love them, all those things are wonderful aspirations that I think all of us as humans should achieve. What I'm evaluating, whether I'm going to renew a contract or not, is their teaching, because that's my job to evaluate. I'm not evaluating whether they're a good person or a bad person. So the curtain evolves and revolves and wants you to understand that you have to remove your personal feelings about that human and understand the person doing the evaluating is evaluating their education, the job that they hired them to do. So what this curtain is talking about is even bad teachers are members of our community, but we have to separate them from their profession and their person. And while their person shows up as the same in their profession, it is their profession that I'm evaluating. And I think until and unless we have trust in that, that curtain is going to remain nasty and tarnished. Because you're going to sit around at the football game or at the church social and talk about how that administrator fired Mr. or Miss so-and-so. Well, that administrator sitting there saying, if you only knew what I knew, you're looking really stupid right now. So here's my invitation to this curtain. What if we just start trusting the people that are actually in the jobs? What if we trusted them to know what they're doing? What would that look like? Follow the conversation. Subscribe to our channel. Like. Please share this. Share this. Buy a copy of the book for yourself and read it for yourself. Thank you for being a part of that. Don't forget to hit the little bell where you get future alerts to more amazing videos that are coming up. Thank you for what you do every day, and have a fantastic day.